go and get them going. So, got to get the ducks going. Got to get the ducks going. Here we go. Yeah. So, we got a little bit of a reprievement today with the energies, which is absolutely awesome. I mean, Venus isn't forward yet, but hey, we do have Mars in Libra and it's going to quincunx over to Saturn in Pisces. So, finishing up this big Saturn energy, we have been in since Sunday. Hopefully, you use Saturn to get the masterful, grounded, focused on dealing with reality. If not, it's still here today. But even saying that, it's a hard one to grasp because of Saturn being in Pisces. That quincunx, you're not really always getting all the information and everything that you want to get. And heading into a weekend that is going to be extremely busy astrologically, from the asteroid goddesses to the dark goddess activation, and a very strong Neptune energy this week. And this is like crazy Eris activation energy, and with Venus stationary. So this is where Monday's going to be. Like, this weekend is heading up to, as I said, that Black Swan event, something crazy, something cray. It could be even alien. I'll throw that one out there. It is where there's some fierceness that's coming in. And so much is, there's so much falsity out there in the world. It is totally crazy. From watching, where I was watching someone, who's very good at knowing if somebody's behind a green screen and stuff like that. And showing if somebody's, has a green screen and stuff, being able, because of the lighting and everything. So seeing that a lot of things are set up, from our president to our prime minister, of being on green screen and things like that. So they're not always saying where they are. To others, preaching about climate change and staying in one of the top luxury hotels in Egypt. So these craziness of energies is really coming in, and a force of darkness that was let out from this full moon. I really believe there's this force of darkness with that conjunction with Saturn coming out, and with the dark feminine forces that are coming really strong in. It can bring intuitive, psychic, and mystical energies, but you got to know how to use this. This isn't trying to, it reminds me of Mickey Mouse in Fantasia. You got to know what you're doing. You can't just be the crazy apprentice and think that you know what you're doing and then get everything going. And then, of course, hoping that Merlin's going to show up to clean up your mess. This is where, especially with the tense nature of a lot of these transits that are coming in, there's a lesson. Neptune is to see what is in balance with what could be, might be, used to be, should be. And the transits, potential is not always realized and embodied. So not everything is realized. So there's a reality that's not just a dream, visions, and ideals. So Neptune needs to ground with Saturn. And, when I say that, and I've heard other astrologers say that, I'm just like, yeah, it needs to ground with Saturn, but Saturn's in Pisces. It's very difficult to ground with a planet who doesn't like to be there. It's like being in a spot and people are saying, oh, just, it's going to be okay. And you just hate it. You hate being there. You hate the energy or the intensity. And it's like, to try and get a grips on things. And even when you are, being retrograde in that. So it's the fierceness of the waters that are coming in. And this fierceness, this awareness is key. So you have to practice. This is where you have to come in and get out of the world, come into your meditation pillow and have a seat and really put your hands on your heart. Because Eris is going to bring in some intense energy, right? And we got Athena, the wisdom and the warrior, that's going to come forth. And she's going to oppose the great mother, Ceres. So this is like this energy of these goddesses and tension and pulling in this way and that way of, it reminds me another thing of, like New Jersey Housewives. If you've ever watched New Jersey Housewives or one of those housewife things, you got these powerful, like, women who have a whole shitload of money, to get their boobs and buttons, lips and whatever done. But they're always, oh, she said this to me. He did that to me. No, 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 no. All of this bullshit that comes out. That's the energy. It's like New Jersey housewives on steroids. With all the intensity that's coming in. So something is going to explode. Something's going to get volatile with all of this energy. And it's going to get crazy, and again, that's where we really, if you can bring in that Saturn energy, bring in that energy and look at the structures of what you do. That's going to be imperative. One of the reasons, because of all the intensities and the shit that's going to be happening, especially over this weekend and into this weekend, I have my vision board class, my vision board virtual retreat. It's 2 days. It's a Saturday and a Sunday, October 21st and 22nd, Saturday and Sunday. This workshop is really a combination of Journey Club and vision board coming together. I have the workbook and I'm halfway done the workbook. The workbook is close to, because of little things that I'm doing it anyways, it's going to probably be close to about 160 pages. And with combining that of Journey Club, so bringing the energy of the Journey Club in with it is going to be this weekend. So this weekend's going to have meditation in it. It's going to have where you can get set up to start doing your vision board, looking at the things that you want to start to bring forth to do the vision. There is worksheets and stuff that are throughout this book. And I'm also doing a promptu 30-day gratitude journal, but that's separate if you want to purchase that. So that's going to be at the weekend, including that workbook, is $130. And I was going to do it in September. September's just already, it's September 1st. It's like crazy. So there's that I'm doing. So I have the vision board workshop. It's online, and I'm having my flash sale. So for readings, $50. You want a 1 hour reading with me? Book in now. Let's get you in. I have, right now my time is now from 1 till 2. Like I only have like 2 spots left for today. And I have about three or 4 spots for tomorrow that can be filled if you're interested. So the reason for readings, the reason to get readings, even for me to get a reading, it's for guidance. Sometimes things feel muffled. Sometimes things feel crazy and chaotic. And I know some of the top, astrologers, they get readings from other astrologers because it's like, hey, shit is going sideways. I know my chart, but hey, maybe there's something there I'm not seeing. Maybe there's something there, I'm not really listening to. So getting a reading really helps to give you that guidance. So I have that flash sale on right now. So to get in on that, and that goes in with all of the cray that's coming in. Eris tends to, when she comes in on Sunday, on, from, aspects of the sun on Saturday, and with Athena and the wisdom and the warrior, this is coming into your work. This is coming into your health, your routine. This is coming into your relationships, your marriages, and family dynamics, because Sirius is in Libra. Eric wants to seek to pull back the veil and show you what has been swept under the carpet. A lot of times when it comes to your marriages, when it comes to your relationships, to your family, you don't want to see shit. I didn't want to see some of the shit my kids were doing and the chaotic mess that they have. I would rather have closed the door and not know what the fuck they were doing. But I know, and it's things that we have to deal with. This is where Eris is coming in. It's to show you what has been swept under the table. It's to show you what needs to be done. This is going to be a very powerful weekend of revealing. And it's also with the rage. You got to watch out for the rage of Eris, and it's to avoid facing the deeper grief and sadness and loss that Neptune is going to reveal. There's going to be where there's something that's going to be revealed, a weird sacrifice that's going to be revealed. And this is on the world front. And I'm just saying this from the astrological point of view. This is astrologically. Now, if you've been following me for any time, when I base things on the astrology, it's not basing, and plus my intuition does come in, but I'm basing it on the astrology. And the astrology is telling you to get a grip of your fucking life this weekend. And as we are going through, because September is going to be fucked up. Start getting a grip on your finances. Start getting a grip on the things that you need to get prepared. Because Eris is a little bitch and she's going to pull back the veil. She's going to show you the shit that you need to be dealing with. If you're in a crazy relationship that you've been fighting with the person for a long time, or friends, or crazy dynamics, if you are in New Jersey housewife situation with a bunch of crazy ass bitches, maybe it's time to not be in that vibration. Maybe it's time to look for a new vibration to get to. And sometimes that's not easy, because the reason why you repeat things, the reason why you do the things that you do, are drawn to whatever energies you're drawn to, it's an addiction. It's an addiction. You have an addiction there. So you have to face that addiction, like any type of addiction, and say, holy shit, okay, what am I getting from this? What am I getting from this? Is this supporting me spiritually? Is this giving me the substance I need within my life? And that's where the energy comes in. That's where the divine comes in and wants to take your hand, that wants to lead you and show you a better way of doing things. Because if you're not wanting to change it, it's just going to continue repeating it. She is Eris. She is the kind of like an antidote to the Neptune energy. The key is in being extra conscious of where you might be using Neptune to check out and unearthing. It might be, I don't want to look at what my kids are doing, or I don't really want to know what my lover is doing, or my husband, or I don't want to look at my finances because it's fucking scary and it makes me feel like I have no control. The key is in being extra conscious, right? And this is also to see if you are using Eris's rage to avoid facing deeper grief, sadness, or loss. Could be that there could be something going on that you really haven't faced. One of the shows I watch, and you guys know I watch My Chateau Diaries, and she was just talking about her and her mom because her stepfather has it's not cancer. He's got tuberculosis of the throat, which is extremely rare. Thank God it's only of the throat, because it's more treatable than if it was in the lungs. So he's got tuberculosis. Her and her mom are going through, you can call it PTSD, of the trauma of what he's going through. He's getting better. He's doing a lot better. But there's a lot of things that are triggering them. Going to the hospital 3 times a day, seeing all the changes that he has to go in, the ups and the downs. Sometimes he's great, sometimes he's not. But this is where she said there's a lot of things that when her father died, and her mom is saying, I didn't deal with this. I didn't deal with this. Seeking out the help that you need. Because there are things that, you might be in a certain situation and you haven't dealt with it. You haven't dealt with it. And it could be something years old. This is what's going to be triggered in our personal life. This is what's going to be unfolded. And it's going to say, you got to deal with this in order to go forward, in order to embrace. If you've been avoiding something, avoiding Pluto, if you've been avoiding anything to do with your payments or your structure, you haven't been calling and saying, hey, I need some relief, I need this. If you're not doing that, it's going to be coming in your face. That's where the energies are. So on that note, because I got to get going here, I'm going to pull some cards. Pull a couple cards here for you guys. And if you're wanting to book a reading, definitely get in, okay? Because I have 1 space today that's left. I'm not doing any readings this evening, but I have 3 or 4 spaces tomorrow, okay? And just an FYI, if you email me, I will get back to you within an hour to an hour and a half, if not less. I'm very good at getting back to people very quickly on things. Okay. So, and if I get back to you and then I don't hear a response from you, like you email me and then I don't hear from you, then because you wanted a certain space, that space will be gone. Just an FYI. Okay. So our first card we got, The Knight of Gabriel. The Knight of Gabriel is this passion. He's that Italian lover that comes into the club and he has his shirt down and he's oozing with all this sexuality and he's coming in with an intensity. So we have this enthusiasm and charisma that's coming in. And that could be a good thing, but it could also be a something that is trying to get you off track. So be aware of that type of energy. Or maybe you have to engage in that energy. You have to engage in that charismatic, enthusiastic energy that the Knight of Wands does. This is for you to come in with that enthusiasm and passion for what you want to have in your life. And in doing so, it's going to be a balancing act. Two of Pentacles. It's like you're coming in with that passion and everything else, and then somebody comes in and takes the air out of shit. You're coming in and you're bringing it in, and this is where, whoa, okay, I got to recenter, I got to regroup. I got to come into that, whatever that balance is that I need within my life. And in doing that, you're going to find that other doorways are going to open. Other ways are going to go open. Archangel Michael keeps coming up. He wants to show you a better way. He wants you to review all the details, make sure you're doing what you need to do, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. But this is where working alone may not be your best answer. Maybe you need to go see the counselor. Maybe you need to book in a reading with me because it's only fucking $50. This is what the energy is. All right. So if you are wanting that reading, get a hold of me because the sale's not going to last long for right now, because then I'm going to be focused on my visual retreat that I'm going to be doing in October. And the next time I'm going to have a sale, just I'm going to let you know, is October 29th when we are going to be meeting the ancestors. So meeting the ancestors is going to be October 29th. We're going to be having that, and we're going to be having a gathering. Everything is online, so you can come and come online with me. And same with the vision board visual retreat, 2 days online. And it's going to be, it's really going to help to aid you with the craziness that is coming forward, help you to really get through, because, for the readings for this month, because September is going to be crazy and it's going to be off the wall. But this is where you got to come into your passion. This is where you got to come into your knowingness and know that there's going to be a balance, knowing that there is going to be where it's going to come in and somebody's going to come and take the air out. It reminds me of the picture of this beautiful, these two people, these lovers coming together, and it's World War II. He's going off to war. They're having a passionate, loving kiss, and he gets pulled away. He gets pulled away because he's got to go. He's going. That's where the energy's at. And with this black swan and this weird sacrifice that's coming in, Trojan horse, something there is there. But this is where you got to come in and look at what better course of action you can take, and what are the people that you need to have around you to bring in that better course of action and that support that you need over this next weekend and over this next crazy month. But I'll be here. And I'm sending you guys out so much love, so much love. I got to go. I got a reading in 15 minutes and I got to get ready. So have a blessed one, everybody. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you and all that you say and all that you be. Thank you so much for being a part of my community, for showing up and being you. That is the most important thing. Blessed be everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.